Hi there, Natalie with you today with a new process video for Citrus Twist Kits. And this time I'm going to use the January 2020 add-on kit and bring a little bit of the new stamps and also the Life Crafted Fierce and Fabulous to create this layout. So you're going to see this, just going to give you a quick idea what is in the add-on kit this month. And there's beautiful papers, a selection of papers of the She's Magic collection from Dear Lizzie, as well as few papers from Pink Paisley's Valentine's Day collection. So I play with a few ideas of what I want to create, and I have this picture of my nephew and my mom together, and I really like this yellow paper. It's one of the cardstocks that included on the kit, and it's a Basel cardstock. So my idea is I want to use it as part of my background, and for that I'm going to use this punch, and this punch is an edger called Scallop Circle, and it's from EK Success. So all I'm going to do is kind of create a border on the yellow cardstock. Like I said, this comes included in the kit, and I'm not gonna cut it until I'm gonna make sure of how much of it I want to use it. So you're gonna see, again, I'm gonna play with some of the colors. I really love this paper. This is from Dear Lizzie, and I love the soft pink, and I want to play those two colors together to create my background. So now that I'm happy with pretty much an idea where it's gonna sit, I'm gonna cut. It's gonna sit around a 5 3/4 inch width of the border, and that is what I'm gonna glue to the paper. And I just want to cover that really dark pink and that orange stripe on the paper, and kind of mute it from yellow to the soft pink. So all I'm gonna do is gonna go ahead and glue my punch border to the paper, and then once I have it in place, you're gonna see that I debated a little bit whether I wanted to add mixed media to this or not, but I do really want to add a little bit of white paint just to kind of blank the space, make it a little bit more of a white area so that the picture will stand out. And for this I'm just using a plain white paint, and this is just from Michaels. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a brush and just kind of feather the paint around the area where the picture is going to go. I already have an idea that my design is going to sit right on the middle of the page, and I'm going to have little flowers because there's a lot of flowers in this collection kind of coming off the picture. So I'm gonna make sure that I add paint just where the picture is gonna go. I'm gonna stretch it a little bit more, so you're gonna see that I bring the picture every so often just to make sure that I have enough coverage. And then I'm just gonna apply the paint really softly. It looks like I'm applying pressure, but it's not. I'm applying it softly, and I'm kind of diffusing or softening the edges that the brush is leaving behind with my fingers. That's just gonna create a really soft background for this page. Like I said, again, I don't want the white to stand out. I just kind of want to dull the background a little bit, kind of take away the contrast between the yellow and the pink, and just kind of make it a blank space for my picture. Once I have that in place, I make sure that I extend my little paint area, like I said, to cover or to kind of peek behind the picture, and then also to peek a little bit behind the flower. So that means I'm going to stretch it a little bit more than that little rectangle or square that the picture is going to sit on. Once I have that in place, I'm gonna set it aside and make sure that it dries completely before I can continue working. While that is happening, I'm gonna go ahead and back the picture. I chose this paper. This is the B side of one of the Pink Paisley papers, and I really like the fact I want to bring some blue, just because it's my nephew, so I want to make it a little bit on the masculine side. I am going to add quite a bit of flowers, so the little blue is going to bring a little bit of that boyish look to this page. All I'm doing right now is I'm kind of just distressing the edges a bit, just because I wanted a bit of a difference between the background, the mixed media, and the picture. So you're going to see, once I set it in place, I really like how this looks like, and I'm gonna start building my layers. And you're gonna see that my idea is I'm just gonna create kind of a small triangle of ephemera right in the center. It's gonna look like a diagonal line where I'm gonna add my where I'm adding the flower story. So I'm gonna add two big clusters, one to the top left corner of the picture and another one to the bottom right corner of the picture. But I'm gonna also fussy cut some of the flowers that come in the specialty paper, and this paper is included in the kit, and it's beautiful. It has like a pearlescent finish to them, and the flowers have like a little bit of a holographic line to them. So while I'm fussy cutting the flowers, I am making sure to leave a little piece of the pink edge that comes in the paper, just because I want to make sure that they differentiate from the background, one. And the second one, because some of these flowers are not complete images. because it's like a watercolor look. So by leaving that little bit of an offset, it's gonna create the entire leaf. So I did that off camera, and once I had that in place, I realized that there's a lot of pinks. I need to bring a little bit more of that masculine tone and something that is gonna contrast all of these together. So I am using a little bit of, these are Lindy's Gangs powder, and I picked this blue because it has a little bit of teal and gold in it. So it's gonna bring me a little bit of that green that's on the leaves, a little bit of the teal that's in this collection, and bring some of the blue that I need to make it a little bit on the masculine tone. Like I said, I want to make sure that I include my nephew in this layer. And all I'm gonna do is add the beauty of working with a powder, is that when you can dilute it, you create the color. And all I'm gonna do is, you're gonna see that I mixed a little bit of the powder with water, and I'm literally just adding or forming the frame around kind of a frame on the paper where my picture is gonna sit. Of course, I'm gonna be a little bit on the messy side. I'm gonna add splatters and create, I'm gonna say, kind of a messy background, but I'm not gonna cover the entire area. I'm just gonna cover, literally just create a rectangle so that I can see the picture on it, and some of the little splatters of the color are gonna kind of peek from behind the picture. That's all I want. I just want to have a little hint of the mixed media. I don't want lots. I just, like I said, I want to bring the masculine tone. And just to finish this, I'm gonna add a few drops of gold ink. I'm using Color Shine from Heidi Swapp just because I want to bring some of the iridescent look that the flowers have, and also the little gold speckles that you're gonna see in the background. I don't think you can see it in the camera, but the blue powder that I use has some speckles on it. Once I have that in place, it's all about building the layout. First thing I did is I added a bit of foam adhesive behind the picture just to give it some lift from the page. And then I'm gonna pretty much use a lot of the ephemera that comes in the kit. The flowers are beautiful. There's a lot of tickets, there's a lot of tags and stuff, so I'm going to use some of them to create that cluster. At the top, you're going to see that I added one is guest check, another one is a ticket. The you and me is actually part of the cut apart elements that subscribers get for free. You can buy them also in the shop. I'm adding this little fabric tag, and this is one of the comes in the Life Crafted Fierce and Fabulous. And like I said, I'm creating two clusters using the flowers and the fussy cut flowers that I got from the paper on the diagonal corners of the picture. Once I have that in place, you're gonna see that I'm also gonna bring a few stickers, and the sticker that I'm bringing are actually from Dear Lizzie's She's Magic, and I'm just gonna, and these are also included in the kit. There's a rainbow stickers, word stickers, and I'm just gonna bring one that says together. Once I put the pictures together, right underneath the word love, I want to play with the color combination of pink, blue, there's a soft rainbow, but I'm gonna bring some of the colors that are repeating, so a lot of pinks, a lot of reds. There's no red, it's like a corally tone, some yellow and a little bit of the blue, just to bring, like I said, that boyish, a little bit of the boy colors onto this page. Once I have that in place, and it's a very simple layout, I'm gonna start working on the title. And I kind of struggle a little bit with the title. I had a few ideas on what I wanted to add, but then I pulled the Life Crafted stamp, and there's a word that says Wild Tales. And every time you if you don't know my nephew, he's really hyper, and so whenever my mom is with him, they play like little kids, and they're sweating, and he's really wild, but he likes to be like hugged and squished and take selfies. So I don't know, so I just thought about, that's a great title. So I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of the office hours mini alphas that also come included in the add-on kit. So I'm gonna spell always Wild Tales. The Wild Tales come from the Life Crafted stamp, and then with you. So that's my title, always Wild Tales with you. And then I'm gonna add a little sticker, the same that, like I said, I used in the one of the clusters, that says, I think it says Better Together, or sorry, Beautiful Moment. And then I'm gonna add one of the fussy cut flowers just to create my triangle. After that, you're gonna see that I'm gonna bring a few puffy stickers, and then I'm gonna bring the stamps. I'm gonna play with the two stamps, the Traveler's Notebook and also the Life Crafted stamp set. And I'm just gonna add a few sentiments. One that says right here, another one says more details and documented, just to create bring a little bit of that black from the picture to some parts of the page, and just to have the repetition. I love stamps, and I think they bring that little extra sentiment to the page. And if you have seen the stamps that Citrus Twist Kids has released this month, they're great. they're not just functional, there's a lot that you can use for your planning and for a lot of organizing. So loving the stamps. And once I have everything stamped, I'm actually gonna add my lines to journal right in the space between the bottom right cluster on the picture and the cluster right next to the title. And I'm just gonna add a few lines talking about, like I said, my nephew being like to be squished and having to take a selfie with my mom. After that, you're gonna see that all I'm doing is adding a few splatters of white ink, just because I want to bring that white from the background and kind of make everything stand out. And that's about it. I love how this turned out. It was super fun to put together. It took a little bit of time, not because it's a complicated layout, just because I wanted to dry completely before I continue, to try to avoid a lot of warping on the paper. And I love how this turned out. I love the pop of blue. I love all the feminine touches of the flowers, but having that blue kind of brings a little bit of that masculine tone. Don't forget to check all of these that I use is available at the shop. Actually, everything is from the January 2020 releases, and make sure you check them because kids start shipping this weekend. Thank you so much for joining me, and as always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.